Hi, this is Mary and Jen. We're here to help you get some exercise while you're kind of stuck at home. I hope that you enjoy what we've got planned for you today and stay safe. And we'll get started, marching in place. Just kind of warm up a little bit. We're not going to do the full warm up because this is going to be kind of a reduced class, but it'll give you enough to kind of get your heart rate going. And we're going to walk it up a little bit. And keep in mind that the space you have at home, so that you're not going to be bumping into a couch or chair or the counter. Walk it up again. So it might be a little bit shorter distance. You might be just kind of sticking into your place there. Not a problem. And one more time up. And back. Now you're just going to kind of steady yourself, bring your hands out in front, and you're going to make like you're canoeing, but you're making a figure 8 with your arms. And this is to add the waist in a little bit, warming that up, and your arms. We're going to do about a set of 10 on each side. So do your own kind of counting. Keep that going. Got about 2 more on each side. And then we are bringing it into a little bit of a march, small arm circles and not a lot of speed with this. Trying to loosen up those arms a little bit. And again, about 10 forward and 10 back. We're sticking with a count of 10 because everything starts to tire when you start doing too many. So we'll do it a little at a time. We are going to repeat some of the movements in here. And then next, I'm just going to step to the side to show you. You're going to do those leg extensions. You're going to bring this up and back. And while you're doing that, you're going to push your arms out in front. 10 leg extensions on each side. The arms themselves are going to do 20 out and in. And after that last one, just kind of, I'm reversing my side just so that you know. It doesn't matter which side you start with, working that hip flexor in the front and the glute in the back. And we're going to march that out when you're done. Just kind of loosen things up. You'll notice that you're tightening up a little bit here. That's all right. And then what we're going to do is butt kicks. And this is basically just to kind of loosen up the quads in front. And if you can get it all the way up, that's great. If not, it's more about stretching out your legs than it is how high you get it. Now go back to that march, but you're bringing the knees up a little bit higher. And again, set your own intensity. Some of you I know like to go a little bit more. Some of you just like to kind of keep it low. That's all right. Do what you can do. Once you've got the marching down, you're going to add some arm raises. So you're going to push this up, bring it down. And just a little at a time. Now take it back to just those small marches. And we're gonna take it to step outs. Just nice and easy to start this. Once you get the stepping and the rhythm going with that, add those arms. And it's gonna be out, bring it out and in. Almost like you're kind of going from, you're out walking in the lake and you're trying to get the algae out of the way. This opens up the chest, works the shoulder.
And I love that we don't have to be totally coordinated together because I'm going at my pace, not necessarily your pace, which is.
That's
okay.
exactly it. It's about the pacing it for yourself. You know what you've got planned for the rest of the day, if anything, or at the time of day you're doing this workout. And then one more on each side. Take it back where you're just marching in place, and you're gonna bring those arms back, but it's almost like you're making shoulder rolls with your hands out. Just making those little circles out to the side. And you'll know how much room you have and how much space you'll need. Be careful that you're not gonna whack your elbow or your arm or hand into a piece of furniture. And after that set of 10, we're gonna take that right into quad lifts. And again, you go as fast as you want to with these. Just bringing this up and down. Set of 10 on each side. And then one more on each side. It's okay if you do more. Just take that to a little bit of a step. That's what you're doing. You're gonna bring your elbows so that they're shoulder height. And you're gonna bring this out and back in. This is working your chest and upper back, through your shoulders. And then back to that march, move the arms side to side. Bringing that up, just that heart rate. And then from here, we're gonna bring this out to lunges. So what you're gonna do is step out and keep in mind the space that you have, lift the arms up, and as you push the hands back, you're gonna bring that leg up even with the other one. Then you're gonna lunge it out again, and then bring it back. And then as you're going back, same thing. Then bring it up again. This is helping to stretch out the hip flexors, the glutes. Alternate them as you're going back and forward. And again, keep in mind the space that you have available. You may only be able to do one or two out to the front, and then stepping it back. And then bring yourself back to that starting position and do those marches. we're gonna go into half jacks. I'm not sure how much space you have. If you have enough space, you can do a regular jumping jack. If not, you're just gonna do half jacks. So this foot comes out, arms go up. And again, set your own pace. You know what works for you. You will notice Jen is going slower. That's based on what she is able to do right now. You do the same. If you want to do it slower, do it slower. If you want to speed it up, do it so safely. 2 more on each side. And then back to that. Marching. And we are going to take this now. Arms up, push this up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. Still marching in place as you're going. And 2 more here. Shoulders are probably getting a little tired. Feeling that now, shaking in. Take some shoulder rolls to loosen them up a little bit. We're going to work into what's called a crisscross. It's a quad lift. Your hands can be out in front, opposite hand over that knee. And remember, it's just not your arms moving, you're twisting through your waist. That's where you want to have it. Now there's 2 ways we can do it. The arms out in front, and then opposite hand over the knee. This is the most stable position, but if you feel you've got the stability, put the fingertips behind the ears, bring that knee up, and then you're bringing that elbow over in line with the knee, not dipping down toward the knee. So you'll see Jen doing one way with the arms extended out, and then I've got it where the fingertips are behind the ears. I do not have my hands clasped. And a set of 10 on each side. This is working your obliques, your lower back, just really good. And yes, you do have a waist. It might be covered up by life, but it is there. And then we'll go back to that march. Just kind of slow things down a little bit for a moment before we go to the next thing, which is hands are going to be up, elbows out to the side, press it out, pull it in. Hands out, pull the hands in. All while you're doing that little bit of a march. This one again is working your chest, shoulders, upper back. And then back to that march. And I want you to widen your stance. And now what we're going to do is just reach across and just reach. Not too much twisting with this one. If you want to engage the obliques, you may, but remember that you're just reaching out in front. Helps to stretch out right along your side. Set a 10 at this level. Two more each side for this. And if my counting's off, I apologize. I'm not very good at counting anyways, but I like to do as many as I can. Then we're gonna reach this up. And again, you're just reaching up for that stretch along the side. Keep it where it's manageable. You do not have to overextend to get the benefit of the stretch. One more each side. Then we're gonna dip this down toward the knee. Be mindful of your back and your knees, that you have the knees soft while you're standing there. And you're just bending over slightly. So we're not actually touching the knee as much as we're reaching down towards that knee. And again, set of 10 on each side. One more each side. Bring it back to that march to begin with. Now we're going to take it into some jump roping. Now you can keep it so it's low, or you can bring it up, depending on what you want to do. So you notice that Jen is doing just the mild, keeping the feet close to the floor, while I'm doing it, jumping. And then I'm going back to this. And then you can add some heels if you want to, as long as the arms keep moving forward and back. And now reverse with the arms. Still doing that jump roping, but we're doing fancy stuff now. From the jump rope, you're gonna bring it back to that walk. You're gonna get yourself into a squatting position. So the hands are gonna be on your thighs. You're just gonna bring this down in a little bit of a squat as you raise your arms. So try not to stick your butt out in back. You're coming down just a little ways. Set of 10 of these. You will feel this in your quadriceps. They are going to be maybe screaming at you a little bit. That's okay. And we'll do 2 more. Bring that back up. Now, a lot of you remember that song, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. Well, we're going to do that. Now, whether or not the music is going to line up with it, that's okay. If not, sing along with it. So you're starting with your hands on your head. Then you're bringing them to your shoulders. Then you're going to bend down a little bit, rounding the back, tucking the belly button in, to the knees, and reach down for your toes. If you can reach them, great, but otherwise go as far as you comfortably can. And then back to the knees, to the shoulders, to the head. Reach it up. Going to add something else in. Head, shoulders, waist, knees, toes. Knees, waist, shoulders, head, extend. We're going to do 2 more sets of these. And this is just to kind of give you an overall body stretch. So while you're extending your arms, you're stretching out your abdominal cavity. Then you're kind of stretching out your arms and your shoulders. The waist is just in between, kind of catch your breath. The knees, and you tuck the belly button in, you're rounding the back, stretching out the back, and then reaching for the toes, you are actually stretching out your back and your legs. So the slower you go with this one, the better stretch you will get. But again, if you're using it to kind of keep your heart rate up, make sure you're doing it safely and carefully. And then back to the waist, and back to that march. And we're going to move on to our next set. And this is where we have to make sure that you're far enough back so I don't swat you.
Okay.
Okay? And you're going to bring this out and back in. And then out and back in. I'm going to move over here a little bit just so that you can see. Okay. And this is all we're doing. Be careful of your knees and how deep the squat is. You don't have to go very big. And again, we're going to do a set of 10 on each side. Or more. Let's do one on each side, and then take it back to that march. Now your heart rate should be up a little bit. And now we're going to take it to that steer. And basically, you're just kind of bringing it out and back in. Bringing it out. You can start with one arm, it doesn't matter. The other arm is just kind of back there for right now, because we're going to engage the other one, but we're doing one at a time. And if you can move it up and back, go ahead. You'll notice that Jen has added a little bit of a butt kick to hers. You can do that as well. Let's bring it up one more time and back. And then we're going to switch arms. So get ready to switch. Bring that other arm out. I think we're bringing it up about 3 to 4 steps in the room that we're in. But again, mark where your safety is and go from there. One more time up. And then back. And now what I want you to do is take both arms, swing them along with sidestepping. You're going to feel this starting in your hamstrings and your glute area. If you need to stop and stretch it out, do so. And again, Jen's added that little bit of a butt kick for variety. Mix it on up. One more each side, and then take it back to that march. I'm going to start slowing this down a little bit, then into a cool down. So keep that marching going. Walk it up, and then bring it back. And bring it up. And back. Remember to cool down sufficiently for yourself. I'm suggesting about 5 minutes. You don't have to really do 5 minutes, but that way that ensures that you're cooling down properly and stretching things out enough. One more time up. We're going to slow this down a little bit more with side steps. So those are small. Because again, we're trying to bring that heart rate down. And if you'd like to review it again, go ahead. You can do the whole thing. If you'd like to add your own things in there, go right ahead. Now we're going to add a little bit of those butt kicks, but they're going to be nice and slow, more for stretching than for movement. You have those. One more each side. Then we're going to go into small, just quadlifts, nice and slow up and down. Helps to stretch out the glutes and the quads. once we have this cooled down, we're going to show you some weightlifting techniques that you can have using things that you already have at home. And then bring it up on the heels and then back down. Just kind of stretching out the Achilles, the shins, the calves. Now, I'm pretty sure that everybody at their house has got cans that are about 16 ounces. These are 18, so they're a little bit more over a pound. So you're going to keep your upper part of your arm close to your body. I'm going to bring this up and back down. And this is how we're going to use it. Jen is off grabbing something else to use to kind of show you. If you have equipment at the home, then you can use it. And if you don't, raid your pantry. And Jen, would you like to tell them what you're using?
I am using a weighted ball. It is 4 pounds.
I think we have something that's 4 pounds here.
Oh, Mary, what is it?
It's a bag of sugar.
Where did you find that?
You can get it at the grocery store.
No, you can't.
You can't? Oh, in my pantry.
Oh, right.
And then we can do this. So you can push it out in front for chest presses. Doing a set of 10 of these. And the longer that we're in isolation, this might get lighter because you might need to use it, but that's okay. There's going to be other things there. And then Jen was using that weighted ball for bicep curls. You can do them one at a time. Or if you'd like, you can hold it out in front and lift it. Going to be working into triceps. Now be careful, make sure you have a strong grip on the package so you don't hit yourself in the head. But we're going to bring this down, reach for the nape of your neck, bring it back up. Make sure you've got your elbows in tight. You don't really want them out to the side. You want them in tight. That targets the tricep area. And it does give you a nice workout. I'm feeling a little bit of a burn the more that I do. And that's what you want. Then we're going to start this. You're going to bring your feet wider than hip distance apart. Raise it up to start with. You're going to bring it down to about your chest. And then you're going to bend this down as if you're just bringing something down. Making sure, again, that you're not sticking your butt out. You want to make sure that you've got that proper form. So you may not have to go very far into that squat to achieve that little bit of a burn. And I'm tasting a little bit of the sugar here. Now let me see what else we have over here. It's a 5-pound bag of flour.
Wow, where did you get that?
That's out of, I guess it's your pantry because you brought these. But hey, if you've got a 5-pound bag of flour, you can do some more of these exercises. Okay.
And this is a 5-pound weighted ball.
If you've got one. For this one, we're going to lunge it out in front, push it out, draw it slightly over to one side, back to the center, and back. It doesn't matter which side you start with, you're going to do 10 on each side. This really targets the obliques, and nice and slow and easy is the best way to do this. I think this is actually much more fun than the hand weights, to tell you the truth. You got some reading material in front of you. Do one more on each side. Bring this down. Okay. Now, instead of using cans, if you have your own water bottle, okay, you can use that for overhead as well. This way, if you lose your grip on it, you're not going to hurt yourself with it. We're going to start stretching this out now. So we're going to take one arm across. Just a gentle stretch across. You're going to have about a 40-minute workout with everything. That's pretty good. And you're ready for the rest of your day. And take it to the other side. You're going to hold these stretches for about 2 breath cycles. That's to ensure that it's about 20 seconds that you're holding it for. Then we're going to take this back and you're going to reach for the nape of your neck. Then you're going to take that other hand, if you're able to, depending on your flexibility and if you have any shoulder issues, just reach for that other side. You're not pulling or tugging on it. It just helps us to deep the stretch through the tricep, but also stretches out the abdominal cavity. And bring it to the other side. And then you're going to bring these in back. Now, if you're able to clasp your hands without an issue, please do so. If not, just bring them straight back. Resist the urge to bend it forward because that takes the resistance off stretching out the upper chest. And we really want to work that stretch into that chest area. And then from here, bring the arms out in front. Clasp that. Bring one knee out just slightly into that lunge. Hands come down towards the knee. Bring that opposite shoulder towards that knee. This is to stretch out your obliques. Bring that back to the center, step it back, bring out the other leg and hands down towards the knee, opposite shoulder towards that knee. This is to help stretch out the obliques, the glutes, the lower back. Step this back. You're going to take it and inhale. As you exhale, tuck that belly button in, and you're going to come down with your hands as far forward as you can to your knees, just stretching out that back. You can go further if you'd like to. As you go further, you're stretching out more of the hamstring area and the calf muscles. But right now, we're focusing on the lower back. Be mindful if you get lightheaded. Make sure that you get yourself into a place where you can sit and recollect yourself. Now, inhale, exhale, and reach down as far towards your feet as you possibly can, keeping those knees a little bit soft as you do. Inhale from here, and slowly and carefully lower yourself to that standing position. Add those shoulder rolls. We're going to finish up right here. About 5 or 6 in each direction. And then inhale from here and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Thanks for coming in and seeing us today. Have a good day. Stay safe. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.